on
Part 2. Episode 148, I think.
Something like that.
I'm pretty sure it's 148.
I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37.
And I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Wendy. And if this is your first time watching, thanks for checking us out. And if you are a continuing viewer, thank you for coming back. And I wanted to say up at the top of the show, before we do anything else, I believe that I have sorted out our problems with iTunes.
Oh, good.
We now have some shows in the iTunes store. I will have to manually change a setting on each of our episodes until to work to get all of the old episodes back up. So I'm going to do those a few at a time when I have time. But I'm pretty sure that's resolved, and things should go back to your normally downloading.
Things will be turned to your normal
scheduling program. So I think that's all worked out, and I really wanted to... I did put notes in the show notes on how I did it, in case anybody is still struggling with theirs. Probably I'm like the last person. I didn't think it would be this difficult. And I wanted to thank Megan... Is it Megan from Stalking at Zombies?
Yes.
Just Run It. I know her Ravelry name, and then I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Megan.
I don't know her well, so... anyway, she did a really nice tutorial of one aspect of the conversion that has to be done that really helped me out once I realized that was my problem. So I linked to that in the thread about iTunes on our group, so you can find that tutorial if you're still having trouble. I hope everybody has worked out their issues. Because it took me 4 days to work it out. And if I had known a lot of this information in advance, it would have taken me about 20 minutes.
Right.
So don't make the mistake I did. Don't try to do it without help. And then our other big announcement is that today's episode has a proud sponsor.
Yay.
We are being sponsored today by Two Gray Dog Designs, and I'm going to put their Etsy store
running down
URL underneath the screen. You'll see it. They are a mother-daughter duo that are local to us. I think the daughter lives in Massachusetts and the mom lives in Maine. And they sell hand-dyed sock yarn that's dyed by the daughter, Brianna, and coordinating accessories like knit cuffs, I-cord necklaces, and earrings with hand-painted beads. Coordinates with the sock yarn, and those are made by the mother, Bronwyn. And they use their travel and the colors of the coast of Maine for their inspiration, which I thought was kind of nice. And they also get inspiration from their schnauzers, Murphy and Molly. And Sheila's going to show you some of the
that's their
stuff
shop
in the
right
store.
there.
So not only are they sponsoring our episode this week, but they are offering a super fun contest for you guys. And I'll tell you more about that at the end of the show, the whole contest explanation. But stick to the end to read the contest rules and to hear the contest rules from us and how it's going to work. And there will be a thread in the group, and you could win the item of your choice from their store if you join this contest this week. So more on that at the end of the show with our other
end of show notes.
End of show stuff. There'll be information about this in the group and on the podcast page, the blog page, so you'll be able to find out about it. So yeah, thank you, Bronwyn and Brianna, for doing a sponsorship. It's kind of fun.
It is fun.
Yay. So, let's see. I guess I have to go first.
You don't have to go first.
Well, I mean, it's my turn.
It's not like I'm pointing a gun to your head. You go first. Yeah. Can I just say something funny?
You know no.
Like we don't always. You know how I always wave like this and I have my little finger that sticks out? Well, the other day we were playing a card game, Phase 10.
Yeah.
It's a really cool card game, and anytime either myself or my kids can beat my husband, it's a win for all of us.
Right.
Doesn't matter who wins, as long as he doesn't.
As long as he loses.
So my son goes, high five, Mom. So I go, high five. He goes, how come you did a high five with your pinky like that?
Something's wrong with your hand.
It is not. It's just, I have to forcefully, see, finger goes
doesn't
out.
Yours goes like
just
this.
Goes like that. But he's like,
sideways.
how come you did a high five like that? I'm like, because that's how my hand goes. Like, why do you have this?
Do you know that my husband can't do this?
This?
He can't hold his third finger down.
Like that?
Right, because he can't bend his fingers. His
but
fingers
is that due to injury?
No, his fingers are just really thick.
Well, I can't do
short.
I can't do the
His
Vulcan.
fingers are super short, so he can't bend them down enough.
That was like the closest I did to the Vulcan, and now I can't do it.
I can.
I can't.
Oh my gosh, your hands are weird.
Oh, they're double jointed.
Oh, don't do that.
I pay the price, trust
me.
Sorry.
Miss Weird Hands. And now after that...
Weird foot.
No, your feet are just wide.
No, they're just wider than yours.
Okay.
I've talked to other people. I pulled them out at Rhinebeck, okay? Denise and Suzanne can back me up on that one, I think. Anyways, go on to what you're knitting.
I'm sorry.
It just went downhill all the way.
That's like, what happened here? What are we doing? Oh, wait, the podcast. Oh, wait.
You're supposed to show your knitting.
Yes, all right. So on the dance card this week for me is the Duotone Cowl by Orange Flower Knits, I think. I don't really
You're asking the wrong person.
Oh, yeah, it is. So I'm like, I have one half done, and I am halfway through the other half. So I have to do 15 repeats of this, and I think I have like 8 or 9 repeats done. So it is doubled, you can see, and I had fun last night by putting it on like this. It could be like this.
Could be, sure.
I don't know if it would be comfortable to wear it. It would be very bulky down here.
Yeah. But it's going to be really warm.
It's
You're going to lose a stitch.
It's going to be very warm. Oh, that's okay. Oh,
oh that's pretty.
Yeah. I didn't take a shower after I got back from the gym, so my hair was a little crazy.
She stinks.
So anyway, yes, I'm making this out of Mad Color Fiber Arts Swoon Base, which is cashmere, merino, and silk. That's the orange in the Campfire colorway. And then the purple is Cascade Epiphany, which is silk, alpaca, and cashmere.
Oh, you found out what the purple was?
I did. I looked it up in the purple colorway. I don't think it has a colorway name. Cascade doesn't usually
I don't think so.
have, like, names. I mean, they might, but I never see them anymore.
No.
Like, secretly, they might have names, but I don't know what they are. So, I'm really liking it. It's a very loosely knit, but it's going to be doubled, so it'll be a nice, warm cowl. And I'm probably going to be using up most of this, but I have a ton of this left. So I think I'm going to be able to make some stripy mitts that'll go with it. Fingerless mitts. I think that'll be fun.
That'll be fun.
So I'll use that up, and I'm just going to wing the mitts. I'm not going to, like, do a... I'll probably make them have, like, striped cuffs and a solid hand.
There you go.
So,
or you could do, like, a band of color down here and then a band of color up here.
Yeah, it'll depend on how much of the purple I have left. But, yeah.
Or they could just be solid orange, too, at that point, too, if you have no purple.
Could. If I have no purple, they'll just be orange. They'll still go.
I have to say that the orange and the purple actually go well together.
Yes!
It was just hard to see them in the skeins.
You just don't have an eye color.
No,
like
I don't. I never did. You know that.
No, I love it because the purple makes the orange really pop, and the orange has some purple in it, so it blends, but the yellowy part of it really makes the purple look purple and the orange really stand out. And I think it's going to be gorgeous. These are two, I know purple and orange is weird, but I love purple and orange together. Purple and orange are complementary colors on the color wheel, so they do go well together.
You know, I say I don't have any color sense. I do on occasion, because obviously I've made a couple of nice blankets.
No, it's not like you're colorblind.
No,
I'm
not
just saying
colorblind,
that you don't have, like, you don't distinguish the different shades in the
color. And here's a joke, because she'll say, oh, it's got some blue in it. I'm like, it does? So my son and I were out in the ocean one day floating, and I said, let's not go, because we were floating this way. It had a tide going this way. And I said, let's not go past the gray house or whatever color house. He goes, Mom, it's purple. I'm like, he goes, it's a purplish gray. And I'm like, oh. To me, it was gray, but he saw the color. Like, you see the color.
Can you tell that there's purple in this orange?
No.
See how that dark red? That's purplish. It's a cool red. It's a cool purpley, bluish
I wouldn't
tone.
call it cool. To me, it's a nice hot red. No. I don't see it.
You do see that this is a cool color, though, purple, right? is cool.
I suppose so, yeah. I don't get it. I can see certain things, but she definitely sees it more than me. And I'm like,
I took color theory when I was in college, and I
stayed away from art classes at all possibility because me and art just don't go together.
No, you were not crafty back then.
I was crafty. I had a lot of stuff. No, but I'm talking about color and like when drawing. Like my husband, even with crayons, will make it look 3D because he graduated with an art degree. And so he is an artist, if you want to call him.
So he probably can tell if a color is warm or cold, too.
Thank God for your kids. So when he... Shut up. So when he colors, even with crayons, it looks really good. Me, I am 2D dimensional stick figures.
That's good. That's fine. You don't need to be fancy.
I can, however...
So anyway, that's almost done. I can just quickly tell you. Yeah, I have 9 repeats of this done. And I need to do 15. So I have 6 more repeats to go, and then I'll be done with that. It'll be grafted together into a tube because it's a cowl.
Oh, good.
I'll be done. So that's this. Sorry. The next thing that I have on the needles is the sweater that never ends. It goes on and on, my friend. This is a fused cardigan. And it looks exactly like it did last week because I think I maybe knit a couple of stitches. Here's my problem. I'm increasing every other row, on the edge of the sweater at the same time that I'm doing raglan decreases twice on each sleeve. And I'm afraid that on the sleeve I have not been paying enough careful attention to how the lace pattern works with the decreases because I'm still in that increase mindset. So I think I have the wrong number of stitches on one or both of the sleeves. So I have to either count the sleeve stitches and like make an extra decrease somewhere, which is probably what I'm going to do. But if it's really bad, I'm going to have to take the sleeves back off and do it again, which I just really don't want to. So... yeah.
So basically, it's in timeout.
I did. I put it in timeout. When I realized that, I was like, ugh, I have to lay it down. I have to weave all those crazy ends in. I have 2 balls of yarn attached to it by accident. I got to get rid of one of those.
Oh, that's right.
Remember, I said that last week, and it needs to be put aside until I can deal with it. And school vacation week was not the week that I had time to lay it out and deal with it. Maybe this week I will be able to work it out. So that is my other project on the needles. And that's all I have this week. And I just dropped my pencil on the ground.
So Wendy's going to step out of frame, which is unusual because it's usually me.
They never see that, though, because I always cut it out.
Oh, well, no, because sometimes I'm over like this.
Because you don't want to be near me.
No, I don't. It's that personal space bit. Anyways, I got a couple things on the needles. Yes, 2. So the first thing that you actually see me fooling around with is yet another pair of slippers.
Yeah.
It is
the Felted Clogs by Bev Galaskas.
Bev Galaskas. I couldn't remember. Bev Galaskas is the Felted Clogs. I'm using some spare wool. A Frog Day project that had brown in the this color in it, so I use that for the soles. So what I do is I make both my soles first. Yeah. And then I join them together because I'm not picking up stitches to do the next sole. That's how the instructions work. So I think what I'm going to do after I do this is where I'm at. I'm on one slipper and I'm in the process of, I know it looks like a mess. I'm in the process of decreasing it to actually make the slipper part.
I was laughing because for some reason I was like way back here again, so I leaned forward.
So after you get it back to the foot, then you go a few rounds. Right. So I think I'll use this again because it looks like I have plenty. Good. It's Patton's wool. This is Patton's. And I think the brown is Lion Brand's Fisherman's. I'm not 100% sure. And again, the only reason I think that is because of how it was skeined up. Right. Lion Brand's Fisherman wool is a longer skein compared to this. It's like 2 times the length. Right. They usually give you a good amount of wool too. So, working on that. These are for me. These are actually for me.
Yay! Finally.
I know. I'm having some issues with my thumb though. And I have a second project on the needles. So I was making a hat for my brother last week. So
right.
I have 2 brothers. I have a twin brother. They're both bald.
Yes. And then Sheila has a ton of hair. You lucked out, man.
Thank God.
The other way.
Yeah. I have what everyone used to say was my grandmother's hair. My grandmother had a thick head of hair.
Yeah.
And I do. It doesn't look it, but I do. I can take it down. It's scary.
No, don't do that. We already experimented with that earlier before we started recording.
So I'm making a modified version of sockhead hat. My brother, I once made him one that flipped up, and he's like, oh, no, I like the scully cap. So I'm like, all right. But it's funny. One of my brothers likes textures, and my other brother is all about colors or striping. Good. So what I did is I'm taking 2 skeins of sock yarn that have been sitting in my stash forever and a day. I have socks made out of these 2. It's Cicada Plymouth Italian collection. Cicada, 45% cotton, 40% superwash wool, and 15% nylon. There's no stretch to this. The socks are great.
Yeah.
But it's just red and black. So I decided to do a sockhead hat out of red and black. These are on 2.5 needles. It's a little thin.
Yeah, but it'll be good and warm.
He lives in Arizona.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be that warm because I don't want it to be that warm.
Right.
So I'm hoping it should fit him fine. Oh, yeah. It'll be big enough. So this is it. See?
Oh, my God.
So,
I just don't do it anymore.
I'm going to make you laugh.
I know. God.
So anyways, I started off with the size 3, and it was far too loose.
Right.
And I decreased the stitch. Well, it was far too loose. This is, it's a free pattern, I believe, the sockhead had.
Yeah, I think so.
So you cast on 144 stitches. With the size 3, it was far too big.
Yeah.
Even though this isn't much stretch, but it's really soft. Feel it.
Oh, yeah, I like it. Excuse me, I need a tissue. Do you need one?
No, I'm still working off of something over here. So I'm doing 5 rows of red, 5 rows of black, and I'll continue that until the end of the...
because there's only one left.
I'll continue that until the end of the hat.
Sorry.
I think it's going to be... I'm making it a scully cap, so about 7 inches, I think, total. Somewhere around that. I got to figure out what I'm going to do for the decrease. I haven't gotten there yet. But this I started off at work. Instead of doing a sock at work, this is my mindless knitting at work.
Right.
Because it's all stockinette. This is a little bit more detailed because you have to kind of pay attention. It's short rows. You just kind of have to pay attention. And then my clapetee... I have not worked on it in a couple weeks, but that will be, I'll bring it this weekend and work on it. Kate Gilbert on that?
Yep.
Woo, I remembered. So my goal will be to work on that. So that's all I have actively on the needles. And
okay.
I'm hoping to have my slippers done for the weekend.
Oh, good. I hope so.
But that leaves, I only got 1 done. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I highly doubt it. I'm just thinking about what I have to do in the next couple of days, and then I'd have to wash and dry them, and yeah, it's not going to happen. It might be done. I won't be able to wear them, though.
Yeah. Rate your dates. I have one old date to rate. Everyone has seen this before. This is my brickless from the impromptu brickless knit along.
And I noticed Jess posted hers the other day.
Yeah, it looks great.
I love it.
So you saw before when I had steam blocked it. This is after I actually wet blocked it. Look how huge it is. It's
we can't even
giant.
get it in there.
I love it.
So that's 1 in what, a quarter?
Not even like 1 in maybe 10 or 15 yards of a skein.
So it's definitely doable with one skein.
You could do it with 1 skein of Malabrigo sock and get a significant
or any sock
size.
yarn for that matter.
Well, Malabrigo has 400 yards or something, but
most sock yarns nowadays have at least 4.
Well,
most, not all.
If
Just look at your skein for yardage.
If you have yardage similar to Malabrigo sock, you can make this out of 1 skein. This was Malabrigo sock in the Solis colorway. Thank you to Pat for telling us, Looney Hiker for telling us that's how she thinks it's pronounced. And I love how it came out, and it's so light. It's almost like a lace.
It's really soft, too.
Really soft and pretty. So I'm glad I finally blocked it. That's what it looks like blocked. You can see the textured stitches better now. They were kind of flattened out when I steam blocked it. It came out good. I like it.
Now, where do you block your stuff?
On the floor in the basement.
Oh, okay.
We have carpeting with padding underneath in the playroom in our basement, and I can shut the door. So I just lay it out on the carpet with pins. I pin it in, and then I shut the door so the cats don't do it. I have to tell a funny story. I went down to block this last night, and all three, for whatever reason, all three of the cats came with me. Like, that never happens. First, Maggie was licking this. Because
she's the wool licker.
She's licked stuff before.
And destroyed it.
Yeah, so I had to throw something out that she licked. She licked it so badly. So I'm pushing her off. I turn around, and Oscar is doing this to the edge that I've already pinned down. So I shoo him away. I turn back to what I was doing, and Ollie had pulled out like 5 pins with his mouth.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh my God, cats, get out of here. It's like they were trying to block me.
Cat blockers.
Cat blockers. I don't know what was wrong with them. So, yeah, that's my little thing. But I managed to get it done. And then somehow Maggie got trapped down in the basement. I think it must have been this morning because I took her out last night. I could hear a little crying when I went to the gym, and I came home and I went down to unpin this, and she was in there crying. I'm lucky she didn't lick this while she was in there.
I block mine on my bed, just because we have a king size bed, and then we have a fan, and I usually throw the fan right on top of it so that it takes like.
Yeah, I have a fan down there too.
I mean, the other place I block it is my floor in our computer room. Because nobody usually goes there. But
I like to do it in a low traffic area, and I usually do it after the kids go to bed so they don't, go down there when I'm doing it.
And I usually do my blocking before I go to bed, obviously. Long before I go to bed.
This would have been a lot easier to block if I had used my blocking wires. I have those Infinity blocking wires.
Oh, that's right.
But I was too lazy to drag those out. I'm just going to admit it. I was lazy. So I just pinned it out. Yep, that's it for me. Rate your date.
I have a rate your date. I have Wynn's Chief by Stephen West. This is for my brother, the one who likes textured hats. And it was really kind of fun to knit. It was half that looks good. The color's pretty true to form too. It's brown.
Yeah, it's nice. It's like a natural brown.
The twisted stitches are longer than the regular stockinette stitches. There was some questions on how to do the decreasing. I can't really say what it is because it is a paid for pattern. I didn't mind how I did it by what other people had chosen to do. It came out okay. I think I might do it differently next time, but I do like it. It was a half mindless project because most of 3/4 of it was just stockinette stitch. Then I'd come to the marker, do some twisted stitch, and then it was stockinette stitch. So it wasn't bad. I liked it.
Sorry.
I won't model it for you because me and Half
don't even let's not even go there.
I did. If anyone follows me on Instagram, I did model it on Instagram
with her mountain man hair,
with a bit of crazy hair, because I'd taken it off my clip and it just went. Whoo. Anyways, this is, I believe it's Lion Brands Fisherman's Wool, I believe. It's not a soft wool.
No, but it's good for hats.
Yeah, and like I said, he's bald. It'll keep him warm. Hopefully he'll like it. It's funny because I made plans to go see him on Sunday to get together. Yeah. And then afterwards, like half an hour later, I'm like, oh, I can't do that. I'm not going to be home.
Aww.
Because we're going out.
I know.
I wasn't thinking. So that's all I have for Rate My Date.
Okay, Whirlwind Romance. Yet another fail. So it's like month 2 of 2014, and I still have not spun. I almost spun, though. I talked about spinning last night when I got home, but then when I got home, I was like, I'm too tired.
Yeah.
So, maybe next week. I was thinking maybe I would bring my kick to our little weekend away. I don't know if I feel like lugging it with me, though. But, I don't know. I might. You never know. That could happen. I'm thinking about it. Future dates. I have my one future date right now that I'm really focused on is I can never remember the name of it. Star Leaves Shawl by Jenny Johnson Jonan. Jenny Jonan Johnson.
JJJ.
I don't know. I'll put it in the notes. That's it. Let me make it bigger so you can really see it. It has beads in almost every single repeat. And I have the yarn for it, which I will show you in Bobbles and Bling. And I have ordered clear crystal beads with silver in the inside so that they're really sparkly. Oh, good. And those should be arriving here tomorrow or the next day. So next week, this will be on the needles because I want to get it done
You'll probably be very close to done with that before you actually...
Oh, this is going to get done, yeah. So that's going to be my focus for the next few weeks. I don't think it's going to take me very long to knit this, but and the good news is the beads are put on by crochet hook. Thank you. So I don't have to...
string them.
String them.
Yeah.
I don't like stringing beads. It's annoying. It's very annoying.
I don't think I've ever strung beads. I've always put them on by crochet.
Well, Melissa from His or Hers podcast recommended that I buy a bead spinner. So I did when I did the shipwreck shawl. And that thing is great. Like, I would have really lost my mind if I hadn't used the bead spinner. That was a good recommendation. I got mine at Joann Fabric, but this one I just have to use my beading crochet hook, my little tiny crochet hook.
Yeah.
And which have.
On a side note, works great if you lose your hook for the rainbow loom.
Oh. Good to know.
Ask me how I know.
Yeah, well, Lily keeps coming and, can I borrow your crochet hook? Because she's she's making all these new designs. She's creating new designs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I probably have one somewhere, but I'm not going to get it. So anyway, my future date is that shawl, Star Leaves.
For me, future dates. I don't think I have any future dates. Mine is just to finish mine. So I got the clapetee. I have a sweater I really got to finish.
Yeah.
But I had to figure out what I needed to do with that. Now I know what to do. So depending on where I am with any of these projects, those will be what I bring for the weekend. So mine's just finishing projects. I really got to finish. I keep looking at Ravelry. I want to cast on that. I want to cast on that. I want to cast on that.
So I'm having I do really want to cast on that lace shawl. I'm really looking forward to doing that. It's going to be so pretty. And it's like because I really like Hillary. And,
I know.
It's like an act of love or whatever, but I'm just really looking forward to that. I've been looking forward to that for like a month.
Now, when you decide to cast on something, it depends on what I do. Mine sometimes is based on the yarn. I have a feeling I want to knit a yarn, and then I look for a project to cast on with it. Do you look for the project and then figure out the yarn? Like, how do you do it? How do you do it when you cast on a project? What do you do? Do you look at the yarn, or do you look at the project first?
I'm almost entirely project-driven. So what I will do usually is think, I really feel like knitting lace, and then I will look at some lace, and then I will see what I have in my stash or buy if I don't have it. Like, I want to do another colorwork sweater, so I looked at all the colorwork sweaters online, found one that I like, and that's what I'm going to use my Webs money for.
Okay.
So it's like, I hardly ever say, gosh, I really want to use this skein of yarn. Except in this case, I knew that I wanted to use this worsted yarn up, so I looked for a worsted weight sweater for it. But most of the time, I want to do a type of project, so then I look in my queue, or I look, and then I figure out what yarn works with it.
See, I do it the other way around. I tend to look at my yarn and say, oh, I really want to knit with this. What can I knit with it? So I'll look under the yarns and see what else other people have knit with it. Or, like, I was looking at the sockhead hat, and I saw somebody do a sockhead hat out of a yarn that I have, and I'm like, oh, I forgot about that yarn. So then I start looking at it again. I'm like, oh, that would look great in it. So mine's I usually go by yarn. So
you're usually driven by the yarn. And I'm usually driven by the item that I want, the kind of thing that I want to make, and then I look at my yarn to see what I have that would work in it.
Most of the time I'm driven by the yarn. Sometimes
that's probably why my stash is so big, because I see a project, and if I don't have the yarn that's perfect for it, I buy it. That's probably explains why my stash is so large. So this year has been a really good exercise for me, because
now you have to be.
I have to think, like, I have looked at my yarn and said, like, I want to do this duotone cowl, and I'm like, do I have any sport weight? And I had these two skeins, and I'm like, okay, those can work together, and that probably wouldn't have happened before, because I would have said I'm going to need to buy two of the same yarn, same brands, but I worked with two different things, which I think it's coming out nice.
No, it is coming out nice.
So I'm happy with it. But yeah, it's good exercise for me. So that's it for future dates. Crushes and heartbreaks. I will go first. My big crush right now, I told Sheila, is that I joined the YMCA in my town, which is, I timed it today, a 3-minute drive from my house. It's probably a 10 to 15-minute walk, depending on how fast I walk. My old gym was a 20 to 25-minute drive from my house because it's several towns over. And the reason that I belong to a gym that was so far away is that a few years ago, 2 of my friends and I all joined the same gym, and we would meet each other up every morning. And that was great. Like, that was a good motivation. But then one friend moved, and then the other friend moved, and then it was just me, and I was, like, used to the gym, so I kept going to it. But when the weather's really crummy or I'm tired or whatever, I would think, I have to go work out for half an hour, plus 20 minutes there, plus 20 minutes home. So that right there is like an hour and 10 minutes of workout time, like of my day, to get a 30-minute workout in. Now, I can get a 30-minute workout in 30 minutes, basically, or 36 minutes. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so much better. It's not going to take an hour out of my day to go and work out for half an hour. And yesterday, which was my first day going there, I did couch to 5K, week 1, day 1, because I'm starting over again. And I found out that they have Wi-Fi service. My old gym did not have Wi-Fi. And I used to always think, on the days when I can't walk outside, I hate just walking on the treadmill. I like running on the treadmill. That's a whole different thing for me. But walking on the treadmill, I find to be, like, insanely boring. Well, they have Wi-Fi. So today, I walked for half an hour because it was a walking day. And I streamed Sherlock Holmes, Season 1, Episode 1. And I'm like, all right, so I'm going to be getting my Netflix and my Amazon all filled up with, like, 30-minute television shows or something. And that's what I'm going to do. So, yay. I'm very happy about the new gym. Also, the equipment is more modern than the equipment at my old gym.
Really?
Yes. My YMCA is really nice.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
It's really, like, it is not like the YMCA of my youth. It's, like, nice. They have a steam room and a sauna. They have one for the kids, and they have one in the women's upstairs separate one.
Oh, good.
Yeah. They have a heated pool, so I could swim for my exercise, which I might actually decide to do, because that's kind of fun to swim laps.
It is fun.
So I'm like, yeah, I feel like this is much better. My old gym didn't have a pool either. And they have a massage person there.
Which would be extra in most places.
Oh, but it's cheap extra at the, and they have all of their workout programs, their regular ones are free.
Oh, good.
Which was true at my other gym. But they have, like, Zumba and all sorts of stuff. They have, like, water aerobics. They have a bunch of stuff that I'm like, maybe I'll do that. But at this point, when I'm just using the treadmill, I'm happy that my treadmill is more modern and that I can stream video on my little iPad mini. It was perfect.
Good.
I was just in bliss. I could have worked out for a whole hour because I was like, I only watched half of the episode. So that is my crush. My other crush is that school vacation week is over. And my third crush is this weekend. Everything is awesome. We're going on a girls' weekend. Yay!
We're staying away from our lovely families for 2 nights, right? We're coming back Sunday,
We're coming back Sunday because I got to take Denise to the airport on Sunday afternoon, and I have to take my husband to the airport at the same time.
What time is she going?
I want to say 4.
So we need to be back here by...
I don't know.
No, I'm just trying to think if I could squeeze in my brother, that's all.
Don't even try.
I know, but I haven't seen him in so long. We haven't seen him since Christmas.
You could see him next weekend.
No, well, the girls, he doesn't have the girls.
Oh. Yeah.
My brother's married to a woman who's divorced with 2 girls, and they obviously get them every other weekend.
Oh,
and it works out to be the weekends that I'm not working.
Oh, good.
But I haven't seen him, so.
No, maybe you can have dinner with him.
He lives too far away.
Okay.
I know. I thought of it. Trust me.
So, yeah, Everything is Awesome is our theme song for this weekend.
It is?
It is.
Okay.
That's what Suzanne and I decided.
Oh, all right. Good to know.
Our committee of 2 decided that Everything is Awesome is our theme song for this weekend.
And there's 5 of us total, right?
Well, 4 of us, plus we're meeting up with a 5th person.
No, is a 5th person staying or just meeting?
Meeting up.
Okay. So there's 4 of us staying.
4 of us in the hotel room.
Good luck to all of us. Well, I just worry about my snoring, that's all. But my husband makes such a big deal out of it that I can't help but worry about it.
You do not snore anywhere nearly as loud as your husband does, FYI. And the reason I know...
And how do you know?
I'll tell you how I know, because Sheila recorded her husband snoring and played it for me once, and you better hope he never sees this episode. That is how I know.
I know, but that just sounds so funny. Well, now I'm finding out things. Oops, let that cat out of the bag.
I'm so bad. Yeah, I heard.
Rumors are gonna go around.
It wasn't. I know. It wasn't even audio. It was video of her husband snoring, so I could see him snoring, and it was loud. You do not snore as loud as that.
I'm sorry, I can't get over it. That's just so funny. Okay,
well, I had to break this to you.
Are you done with crushes and heartbreaks?
Mine are done.
My heartbreak is apparently my husband's cheating on me. No.
With me. And I just told everyone on the internet because I hate his snoring.
Okay, that's just so funny.
I know.
All right. So one of my crushes was that we're going away this weekend.
That is a huge crush.
I don't know if this is a crush or a heartbreak, but I think I mentioned that Zachary needed an eye appointment, so we finally made him one because my husband was getting frustrated. He's like, he needs one. I'm like, fine. So we went to Pearl Vision and he had an eye appointment. He does. He needs glasses for distance. But it's 0.25 and 0.50. It's a very light prescription, but he needs them because he keeps going up to the TV. I'm like, yeah, I think we need some. And the guy said also with that type of prescription, reading makes sometimes the letters go wishy-washy.
It'll help him.
It'll help him. He needs to wear them all the time unless, of course, he's playing out in the yard or something like that. So my husband wears glasses and has a very strong prescription, so this isn't news to me. Doesn't surprise me. The problem is, poor kid, he already wears hearing aids. So his ears stick out a little bit. Not so bad. So we have Mass Health, which is state-run health insurance. It's secondary for Zachary because of all his issues. So we went to Pearl Vision because they accept Mass Health. And he's also on a VSP plan. Pearl Vision doesn't accept that, and other places do. So we went into Mass Health. 2 to 8 weeks for glasses. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Unbelievable.
So I called my husband. He's like, go to this place because they accept VSP and, maybe $75 for a pair of glasses. I'm like, okay. Well, we go there. Zachary picks out his glasses, which are so him. I said, are you sure? They're not crazy. It's like a bluish green on the inside of the frame, but black on the out.
Cool.
It looks really good. It looked really good on him. I said, because this is it. You can't say, no, I changed my mind. This is it. Kind of like his hearing aids. This is it. And $14. That included our $10 copay. Because we have a $170 allowance towards our glasses because of this VSP vision plan.
And, if you ever want to, use the Mass Health one, when he gets his second pair of glasses, he'll have them to wait.
Right. Well, we did order the Mass Health one, and it's good to have a second pair. It's always good to have a second pair. So now he should be getting those glasses by the end of this week, beginning of next. He's all excited about it. He wanted them today.
My daughter wants glasses.
And my husband's like, why? I said, because, honey, it's an accessory. My son is all about the accessories.
Well, and people like glasses now. When we were kids and you had to get glasses, it was, let me just tell you, 4th grade, I got glasses, end of the world.
I think glasses are so much more commonplace now.
Well, but they're much more stylish, and it's kind of
an
cool accessory. Yeah.
And my coworker of mine was telling me that her daughter got glasses at Claire's, just they're plain no lenses, just for an accessory.
Yeah, people do that. They get clear glasses because it's an accessory. So my son's on his 3rd pair. He has had red, blue, and now he has black.
Yeah, these ones are nice. I have to look. And even the ones from Mass Health, it's a thin wire black frame, but these ones are a little thicker, but they look good on his face. He's got the coloring that he can wear darker glasses.
Yeah.
The thin ones actually didn't look good. The light color didn't look good on him.
Yeah.
So that's good. He's looking forward to it.
I let my kid pick whatever he wants within reason. You know, I'm not going to let him pick like a $700 pair.
Well, the ones he picked, I like these, Mama. And we showed him a few others. I showed him some more expensive ones that are similar. He liked these. These were average.
Yeah.
So I was glad with that. Some crushes. Well, let me go to vacation. So we had school vacation last week. I had to work Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. My husband took Wednesday and Friday off. And Wednesday, I called him, and he goes, I have the kids in the house. He had 3 extra kids. And I was talking to him about making dinner. He goes, you can make dinner. I said, I'm coming home at 7:30. You think I'm going to want to make dinner? I said, he goes, well, I have all the kids in the house. What am I supposed to do? Tell them they all have to leave? I'm like, welcome to my world. I'm like,
if that's what it takes for you to have to do it.
I deal with that every day I'm not working. Why is this news to you? He ended up making a dinner, and I thanked him for it. And I said, see, isn't that nice? I can, thank you for a meal and not criticize. He goes, you should have. It was dry. It was this. I said, Cam, I didn't cook. I don't care. I don't care. It could have been, pardon the expression, shit on a shingle, and I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I didn't have to cook it. That was the whole thing. And then Friday, he was home with the kids, but he ended up meeting lunch. And I'm calling on my way home, and I'm like, where's Daddy? Oh, Daddy went out to this place or that place. I'm like, I called up my husband. I said, honey, the whole idea of being home with the kids on Friday is actually to be home with the kids. I'm like, the whole idea was to be with the kids. But they didn't want to go with me. I'm like, who is the parent? He says that, well, they didn't want to do this. I'm like, you don't give them the option. You just say, we're doing this, whether you like it or not.
That's what we're doing, yeah.
So that's a mixed feeling on that one. It's like he has no cojones to deal with them.
Well, he wants to be their friend, like my husband wants to be our kids' friend.
Oh, trust me, he does not want to be their friend. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's well aware of what he should and shouldn't be doing. It's just he doesn't fight sometimes.
Yeah.
Work rumors are going abound that the lab is closing. My work lab.
Have you been sending out resumes?
No.
That's all I'm saying.
I know. I did, however, send it to my work email so that I can work on it at work.
Oh, good.
Because that's part of the problem. So somebody called me up today and left a message saying, yeah, they're hiring at Metro West. I'm like, yeah, it's still further away than where I'm driving now. Like, it would be a 50-minute drive without traffic. Never mind traffic.
You need to start looking for other things. Now that you have licensure and experience, you're probably going to get hired at a much better rate. I have now a year. I will have a year. Well, you'll get hired at a much better rate,
I should have a year experience now, so that works good for me. And one of my crushes, really bad, is I've had issues with my thumb with knitting off and on, and recently it's just gotten really bad, and I don't know if it's from knitting these because it's kind of fiddly, but it's sore, and I got to be careful, and you can kind of see it swollen.
Yeah, that happens to you every once in a while.
It's always there. It just depends on what I'm knitting. So when the other day I was knitting out my other overnight job, and it was really starting to bother me that I went to my this project, which didn't hurt me as much.
Oh, good.
So as long as I go back and forth, I think I'll be good. And I think that's enough crushes and heartbreaks.
Yeah. Bobbles and bling.
I'm just going to say no.
I always have something. Number 1.
Not me.
I bought this Boston cup from Starbucks to have my tea in. It has the Boston skyline on it, and it's super big. It's like wide. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice.
And I like how it's navy blue on the inside. I bought that. Number 2, I got another water bottle because the kids and my husband did something with my other 2 water bottles. I looked for like an hour yesterday. I was like, I'm just buying another one. So this matches my goldfish cup. I like it. And number 3, my yarn came from Enchanted Knoll Farms. Yay. Now, if you buy this yarn from her, I'm sure she will have it dyed in wonderful colors.
But you didn't want it dyed?
It's pulling into my driveway.
I think somebody's just turning around because they're not in your driveway otherwise.
Oh, I think it's my neighbor. I asked her to special ordered this from her because I'm making the wedding shawl out of it. And it's really hard to tell, but it has stellina in it. So it's very soft and very sparkly, and you're just not going to see it on this camera. But when you hold it in the sunlight, it's super, super sparkly. I love it. it, and it's so soft. So, yeah, and the other exciting thing about Enchanted Knoll Farms is that she is doing self-striping, and if we were going to be at spa this weekend, which we aren't, she's rolling out some of her self-striping there because she's vending in spa at Freeport this weekend.
Oh, nice.
So, if you're going to spa, check that out. I think it's TARDIS colorway. It's some kind of a themed colorway. It was on Instagram. Maybe I'll repost it so people who don't follow her on Instagram can see it. It's pretty nice.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm excited that she's doing self-striping sock yarn.
Except you don't.
Well, I don't, but a lot of people love it.
Oh, yeah.
This I love, though. And I just thank you, Josette, so much because I totally asked her to do this for me. And it is so beautiful. And Sheila will tell you, it's super, super soft. And can you imagine if this was dyed? How much even sparklier it would be.
It would be pretty.
It would be gorgeous. And that is in my wedding project bag. And my beads should be here in the next couple of days. And I have my wedding themed, my love themed stitch markers. And then I'm going to have this project on the needles. And last but not least, my modern folk cross stitch is coming along. I have 2 birds done, some of the words, and I'm on bird number 3.
Now, what's your method of how you go? Just border them, or like how? What's the method of which direction or where you go next?
Well,
does that make sense?
Yes. I don't remember what it's called, but I like to go straight lines back and forth like this on the shape, so you can see I'm doing it right now on the bird. I'm going back and forth. Sometimes the pattern doesn't work with that. When I do the letters, for example, I tend to do them, like if I do this O, I tend to do it like a circle. But for the big chunks of color, I tend to go back and forth. And I have decided that it's going to be hard to tell me, the left to right slant is the one that's on top. So I just make sure that part of the X is always consistent.
Okay.
And I love how it's coming out. I think it's going to be really pretty. I'm enjoying it a great deal. And I wanted to say something. There is a vendor who has done a prize for us called Knitting Geisha. And she came up with these covers that you can put over your Q-snap frames. They're like elastic, and so you can push all this cloth in them, and they keep this part from getting like grimy.
Oh, all right.
And I keep almost ordering one, and then I'm like, do I really need it? But I'm like, it would keep it from getting grimy, so I'm on the fence about that. But if you're doing a cross stitch project and you use a Q snap frame like that one, you might want to check it out.
How long has the Q-snap frame been out? Because I obviously haven't seen it
until
until recently, but that's because a lot of people have been posting cross-stitch on Instagram lately.
Yeah, I don't know. I never had them. I always used the wooden ones.
Yeah, that's how I ever knew.
And I have a scroll frame, actually, that you can turn it like... But I can't find it anywhere. So I bought the Q-snap ones are relatively inexpensive, but they don't work. Some people really don't like the way they work. The thing that I like about them is that they have like extenders and stuff, so you can custom size. Like if you have an oddly shaped one, you could custom size it. I have 2. I have I think I have a 4x4 and this 8x8. So anyway, that's it for Bobbles and Bling. Gossip and innuendo. Okay, first of all, the big thing is the contest. But before we get to that, I just want to remind everybody I am still keeping the dates of local festivals in the group, and I tell you which ones that we're planning on attending. But there's also links and information if you want to attend any of those events, regardless of whether we go there. I like to keep a list of the things that are going on locally because I think it's interesting. I will be adding the yarn crawl. The North Shore Yarn Crawl is coming up. We're not doing it. No. We're done with the yarn crawl.
Well, mainly because we're not buying any new yarn right now. So.
Well, but the other thing is just that it's
the same thing every year.
It's the same thing every year. It would be...
You know, if I have a day, I may take my friend... Carrie, she's just started knitting. Maybe I might take her. She unfortunately doesn't have a lot of money, so maybe not. But it's nice to see other yarn stores.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. I don't want to buy anything. And I don't know. We've done it. We did it for 2 or 3 years in a row, and I kind of need a break from it. That's how I feel. This is pretty. Suddenly I noticed that. I like how it matches with your project. Sorry.
I didn't even think about it. I have a little leaf charm on it that's very fallish, and this is a very fallish color.
So yeah, I will be adding that to the list. Whoops, I just threw my pencil. The second big thing is the 2 Gray Dog Designs contest. So let me just explain how it's going to work. We're going to start a thread in the Ravelry group, and if you don't belong to our Ravelry group, you can join it right over here.
Yep.
There's a link on our blog. Or you can go to Ravelry to the Knit One Heart 2 group, and I will also put a link to the Ravelry group on the blog page, so that if you are watching on the blog, you can just go directly to the actual thread. It's very simple. That'll be down below in the show notes. What you're going to do is you're going to go to 2 Gray Dog Designs. Here underneath, I'm going to scroll the Etsy shop. You're going to check out their shop. Look at everything they have to offer. And then you're going to go to our group, and you're going to post your favorite item in the shop. And we're going to run it until next show.
Yep.
And at that time, we will randomly draw a winner, and you will get whatever it is that you put in the thread.
Yes.
So that's really exciting. And they have yarn, but they also have other things, accessories that you can get. So even if you're not a yarny person, you can probably find something in there that you would really love. And you can only enter once.
Got to be a member of the group.
Got to be a member of the group. And make sure that you post that I'll put the link to the store in the group so that you can go check out the store before you enter. And make sure that you write down your item. Yes. Make sure that you describe it enough so that they know what it is. And I think that's super fun.
I think it is too. They have some really nice stuff, some really nice colors. It's all sock yarn.
I love it that they're local.
Yeah, they're local to us anyways.
Local. They're
not obviously local to California.
No, but they're like our local people I love that they're local to us. So.
Yes.
Really would love for you to check them out. And, you can also buy something now, and then maybe you'll win something later, and it will be like a bonus.
Yeah, there you go.
But thank you to them for sponsoring our show this week and offering to run this contest. I love it when people do that. And vendors out there, if you want to do something similar, you can always just let us know, either on Ravelry or by contacting us at the contact information, which is up above
me
on the blog. There is a contact tab, and it tells you every way to contact us. And you can also check out 2 Gray Dogs on Twitter. They are at 2 Gray Dogs. That's their Twitter name. I'll run that underneath. And then you can check out their Facebook. They have a Facebook page under 2 Gray Dog Designs. So
cool.
I will run that underneath too. And I think that's it.
Are we going to take any pictures or videos of this weekend?
We'll probably follow us on Instagram. I'm Knit1Wendy. She's Knit1 Sheila.
If I have Wi-Fi, you'll see whatever I take, but I don't have a phone.
I have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably Instagram it. It's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
This will probably be my only getaway until Rhinebeck again.
We're doing Rhinebeck with these same people.
And you're going to meet up with them in Maryland, Sheep and
Wool, I'm doing Maryland, Sheep and Wool with them too. Oh, and guess who else is going to be there? Looney Hiker and her husband.
At the Maryland Sheep and Wool?
Yes, I'm very excited.
When is the Maryland Sheep and Wool?
May.
Oh, okay.
You could think about it. The flights are pretty cheap.
No, I know they are. We'll see. I think my husband would kill me, but we'll see.
Well, maybe I could work on him since I'm secretly having an affair with him. I'll see what I can do.
You do that.
The thought of me having an affair with your husband totally cracks me up.
Cracks me up, too. He can barely deal with me. I don't see how the hell he can deal with you. No offense.
I know, none taken.
I gotta tell him that. I really do.
Well, then you'll have to tell him that you videoed him snoring?
And he knows that I showed it to him.
Well, does he know that you showed it to me?
No, but I can tell him because we're talking about staying. Oh, I don't think he'll care. But oh my God, that's just so funny when you say I know he snores. What?
I'll see what I can do.
And on that note, have a good week if you're new to the show. Good luck to you. Thanks for coming to check us out. If you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back each and every crazy week.
Stay warm during the polar vortex, which is coming back again.
Yeah, I think it's going to affect just about everybody, right?
Yep.
So have a good week. Knit with heart.
Bye.
Bye.